It's now time for the River Sports full game recap. We'll go all the way back January 29th, the year 2024. The Nashville Predators were in Ottawa to take on the Senators for the first of two regular season meetings. Head coach Andrew Burnett deployed his lines in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Trennan, Sissons, and Goryanov, Novak, Glass, and Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino back in the lineup. Yossi and Faber, Luzon and Carey, McDonough and Shen are your defensive pairings, and UC Saros gets the start in net. We are a minute and 57 seconds into the first period, and no, we do not have our first shot on goal. We have our first penalty of the game. It's Michael McCarron off the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Sogard is coming up with a shorthanded save on Nyquist, the first shot on goal of the game in a most untraditional way. Outstanding penalty kill. No shots on goal against the Nashville Predators. 3:59 of the first period. Though UC Saros does come up with his first save on the game on Bernard Dorker at 4:34 of the first period. Saros comes with a save on Kachuk at the 6:06 mark of the first period. UC Saros coming with a save on Sanderson's long shot at 6:22. Saros another save on Zub at the post at 6:23. It's Saros coming with an even better save on Kachuk right there at the same post off of Zub's rebound. At 7:50 of the first period, it's Sogard coming up with a save on Alex Carey at 8:26 of the first period. It's Michael McCarron scoring his 7th goal of the season. The captain, Roman Yossi, dumps the puck in from the neutral zone. It takes a perfect bounce off of one of the glass stanchions right to Michael McCarron in the slot as if they had drawn it up perfectly that way. Michael McCarron gets his 7th goal of the season. The Nashville Predators are leading this game 1-0 on the road. 10:23 into the first period. Sogard coming with a save on Alex Carey. 11:57 of the first. It's Sogard coming with a save on Smith's deflection. 12:13. UC Saros back to work coming with a save on Sanderson at the 12:50 mark of the first period. Shabbat off to the box. 2 minutes for holding. The Predators would be unable to generate any shots on goal, so they get the receipt on the penalty kill from the Ottawa Senators at 15:12 of the first period. It's Sogard coming up with a save on Smith at the 16:30 mark of the first period. It's Tomasino picking up his 6th goal of the season. He goes bar down off the rush, makes an absolute power move to score the Nashville Predators' 2nd goal of the game, now with a 2-0 lead over the Ottawa Senators at 16:14 of the first period. Shen hits the crossbar after Forsberg's great setup. At 19 minutes of the first period, though, it is Trennan scoring his 8th goal of the season. It's deflection of Fabro's long shot. Yossi to Fabro. Fabro deflected by Trennan into the back of the net. Nashville Predators 3-0 lead here in the first period on the road. At the end of the first period, they are out shooting the Ottawa Senators 11-7. Sogard is out at the end of the first period, and Korpisalo is in to start the second period. And it's just 22 seconds in. They were already back to action. UC Saros comes with a save on Kachuk's wraparound attempt at the 53-second mark of the second period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Kachuk after 5 minutes of practically running around in their own end at the 5:21 mark of the second. It's Matheson finally cashing in for Ottawa. They had so many opportunities in the first few minutes of this period. His 17th goal of the season makes it 3-1 now in favor of the Nashville Predators. Sloppy D zone just allowed Matheson to pick the spot that he wanted, and he was able to convert for the Ottawa Senators, breaking through and getting them on the board. The 6:14 mark of the second period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Bernard Doker. At the 7-minute mark, Saros comes up with a save on Kelly. The 8:38 mark of the second, Saros comes up with a save on Kachuk. At 8:47 of the second period, Korpisalo comes with a save on Luzon. Nice glove save, but it's the first good scoring chance of the period for the Nashville Predators. Only the second shot on goal at 8:47 there of the second. At 9:20 of the second, it's Stutzel with his 11th goal of the season, making it 3-2 now in favor of the Nashville Predators. Ottawa getting their 2nd goal of the period and continuing to chip away at that Nashville Predators lead. We're at the 9:35 mark now of the second period, and it's UC Saros coming with a save on Pinto's backhand at 10:19 of the second period. Korpisalo comes up with a save on Yakov Trennan. We flip over to the back of the very eventful sheet in this period, and at the 10:40 mark of the second period, just past the halfway point of the game, we find Shabbat off the box. Again, 2 minutes for kneeing this time. Korpisalo would come up with a save on Tommy Novak. Then would come up with a huge save on Luke Evangelista. Would have to come up with another following up save on Gus Nyquist right after the power play expires for the Nashville Predators. Predators are able to get another good scoring chance at the 12:41 mark of the second. It's Korpisalo coming with a save on Luke Evangelista. At the 14:28 mark of the second, it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Shabbat. 17:10 of the second period. It's Kachuk, his 21st goal of the season, tying the game up 3 apiece. It was a clean face-off win by Norris. He slid the puck over towards the slot area. Gus Nyquist had vacated expanded his area just a little, and his responsibility just a little bit too soon, leaving Tkachuk wide open to spin and fire the puck with a strong wrist shot. And the Ottawa Senators tie this game up at 3 apiece on Tkachuk's 21st goal of the season. At the 1939 mark of the second period, it's Luzon off the box, 2 minutes for slashing, and Greg is also off the box, 2 minutes for embellishment, holding the stick, whatever it is you would like to call right here. He made a dramatic play of the whole thing. It's a 4-on-4 scenario for the final 21 seconds of the second period. Not much action would happen, so we end the period with the Nashville Predators out shooting the Ottawa Senators 22-20. We come out with a brand new hockey game and 20 minutes of regulation left, 1:47 to go. 1:47 into the third period. It's Jonas Korpisalo coming up with a save on Colton Sissons. At the 2:35 mark of the third period, we see Brandstrom off the box, 2 minutes for slashing. UC Saros would have to come up with the big shorthanded save on Giroux, plus his rebound follow-up by Claude Giroux. 0 shots on goal by the Nashville Predators, and considering this is a tie game on the road against the last place team, it is just absolutely abysmal. At the 5:13 mark of the third period, it's McCarron off to the box, 2 minutes for holding. It's going to be UC Saros coming with a save on Sundgren. Overall, the penalty kill, not bad. The Nashville Predators are able to keep the Ottawa Senators from scoring, and that's the point. At the 6:50 mark of the third period, it's Jonas Korpisalo coming with a save on Cole Smith. At the 7:14 mark, it is Saros coming with a save on Chychrun. At 9:20 of the third period, it is UC Saros coming up with a save on Stutzel. At the 9:22 mark of the third period, it's UC Saros getting called for tripping on Stutzel. He comes up with the save just 2 seconds earlier, but it was the kick-out save where he gets the puck clearly with his pad first, and then on the follow-through takes the player out. This, in my opinion, should not have been called a penalty, but it was deemed by the only person that can make that decision to be a penalty. So the Nashville Predators find themselves just about midway through the third period in a tie game in a very, very difficult circumstance. UC Saros does, of course, not serve the penalty. He stays out there and clocks in and goes to work as Saros comes with a save on Tkachuk, and then Saros comes up with another save on Chychrun. Saros would have to come up with one more big save on Batherson. All of the big names for the Ottawa Senators making attempts here during this power play. The Nashville Predators are able to keep the Sens off the board. 11:53 of the third period, we see Korpisalo coming up with a save on the captain Roman Josi. At 13:40 of the third period, UC Saros coming up with a save on Chychrun. At the 16:35 mark of the third period, it's Korpisalo coming up with a save on Luzon. At 17:51 of the third period, it's Saros coming with a save on Chychrun, plus his world-class follow-up right here. A great chance for the Ottawa Senators to put this game away in regulation. 18:55 of the third period, it's UC Saros came up with one more save on Pinto, and the Nashville Predators honestly are able to survive the attack of the Ottawa Senators down the stretch in the third period. The Ottawa Senators for the game outshoot the Nashville Predators 34-29, so 14 shots on goal by the Ottawa Senators. UC Saros stopping all of them in the third period. We go to the 3-on-3 overtime, and we find at the 3:36 mark of the overtime session, it is Claude Giroux with his 15th goal of the season. He was trailing on the 3-on-2. He gets the puck and he finishes the play, beating UC Saros after the Preds had a glorious opportunity and whiffed on the 2-on-1 on the other end. This was the only shot on goal in the entirety of the overtime. The Preds got a little too occupied with the loops and the swoops and trying to maintain possession and did not get the puck to the net at any point in time, no matter how hard Forsberg may have been trying. So Giroux's 15th goal of the season wins this game for the Ottawa Senators on home ice in overtime, 4-3. The Ottawa Senators end up out shooting the Nashville Predators for the game 35-29. And for this right here, it was the first time the Nashville Predators had seen the Ottawa Senators this year. I know Ottawa had been playing better as of late since the coaching change, but they're an 8th place team in the Eastern Conference, and you had a 3-goal lead. It's simply something that cannot happen. The Nashville Predators special teams falters yet again, and then in overtime, not really sure what happened on that 2-on-1. Looked like it should have been a shot. Josi, I think, was running on fumes there at the very end of that overtime session, but Philip Forsberg trying to do it all by himself. himself, and realizing quickly in that overtime session that he could not do it. The Preds don't convert on the 2-on-1 and then give up the 3-on-2 rush, and that's the end of this game. So again, the Nashville Predators fall on the road. They do pick up a point. That's going to be of critical importance in the playoff race, in the wild card race, especially at this moment. But this is a game the Nashville Predators let get away from, and an extra point they absolutely let get away from. You can't blow 3-goal leads against last place teams. That's going to do it for the Reverb Sports full game recap. We got full analysis and so much more coming up next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.